Okay. Well, hello there, everyone, Division 7. I told you I was going to record myself teaching you a lesson in math and how to do your math sheets. So this is my first attempt. I hope this will be easy for you to understand so that you'll be able to do your worksheet. The worksheet you're working on right now is using doubles to multiply. This is page 178 and 179 in your books. And before you start that, we're going to talk a little bit about doubles because that's something we already know about and you should already know. We learned about doubles when we were doing our addition facts. So doubles are when you're adding the same number to itself. So like 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 5, 6 plus 6, 7 plus 7, 8 plus 8, 9 plus 9, 10 plus, 10. Oh, I've run out of paper. You can't even see what I'm writing. There we go. Put it like that. Gotta make sure you guys can see. All right. So most of you should know these with just right away. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 4, 8. 5 plus 5, 10. 6 plus 6, 12. 7 plus 7, 14. 8 plus 8, 16. 9 plus 9, 18. And 10 plus 10, 20. Okay. Now, I told you, if you already know all your doubles, you already know the beginning of the times tables. You know the 2 times tables. Because right here we have 2 1s and 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s. So that's the first times tables. That's the 2s. So we can write it like this. 2 1s equals 2. 2 2s equals 4. 2 3s equals 6. 2 4s equals 8. 2 5s equals 10. 2 6s equals 12. 2 7s equals 14. 2 8s, 16. 2 times 9, 18. 2 times 10, 20. So you can think of it as 2 groups of 10, or we sometimes say 2 times 10, or 2 multiplied by 10, or 10 multiplied by 2. Remember, it doesn't matter which way you write these. I could put 10 times 2, and that's 20 as well. We can reverse any of these. It doesn't change the answers. So basically, if you know your doubles, you're not going to have too much trouble doing this sheet. So I'm just going to give you a quick little lesson. I'm going to talk about some other things here. I'm going to I'm trying some experiments here. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share this. Okay, now I'm going to go here. Or I go here. I don't know. I'm just experimenting here. Okay. Oops. I'm already gone a little ways in, and I already wrote some things down. So let me just erase those. Okay. So I'm just showing you here some things to help you understand possibly. So what I have here is I have some dots. I have 2 rows of dots. So in this thing here, it's how many rows? This is a row and this is a row. So I would write 2 there. I'm going to use this pen. I'm going to try to write it neatly. Okay, 2 rows. And how many dots are in a row? I just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots in that row. And I write 6 here. Okay, so I've got 2 rows of 6. And as a multiplication, it's pretty easy. 2 groups of 6, 2 times 6, just like I showed you on that paper just a second ago. 2 times, it's a little bit tricky writing with a mouse, 6. Okay, and we know, because if you know your doubles, 2 6s is 12. We just talked about that. Okay. The addition for this, I'm going to try using my finger. Maybe it's neater. Is going to be 6 plus, I've got a 6 up here and a 6 down here. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. Okay, that's what I just showed you when I was doing this. We have it right here. 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, so that worked. That's pretty easy. I think you guys got that concept. I hope. Okay, now let's look at this page here. So what they're saying here is they want you to write an addition sentence and a multiplication sentence to double the number. So whenever it says double, you know that that's the doubles. We're adding to, multiplying by 2. Okay, so here we go. We're going to write an addition sentence and a multiplication. So it would be 3 plus 3, or 2 times 3. This one, to double 8, it's 8. Sorry, guys, I'm using my finger and it's a little hard. I'm going to get myself a stylus. 8 plus 8. Or for multiplication, it's 2 groups of 8, or 2 times 8. And this would be 10 plus 10, or oops, 2 groups of 10, okay? And now this is a bigger number. It's not one that we had on here, but it's the same thing. 21 plus 21, or 2 groups of 21, okay? Now, it didn't tell me to do the answers to that, but we know that 3 plus 3 is going to be 6. And 8 plus 8 is going to be 16. 10 plus 10 is going to be 20, because those are ones we already know off by heart. 21 plus 21, this is a plus sign. We don't know that one yet, but I can just double the 10. So the 2's, double that would be 4, and double the 1's is 2. So it would be 42. Okay, we're going to talk more about those bigger numbers in a minute. Okay. So this is what they're talking about right here. So when you've got bigger numbers than the ones that we know up to 10 here, when you get to bigger ones, you can still find out how do the multiplication on them by doubling. You can just double each section separately. So use doubling to find the total number of dots. Hint, how many white dots are in each row? Okay, so they've shown you, let's count how many are in this row. We're just looking at the top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they've got the white is 10, and then they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in black. So that would be 16. The white ones, there's 10 white ones and 6 black ones. To double it, you're going to just draw the exact same thing again. So we've got 10 white ones and 6 black ones. So that's 16 and 16. So the double of 10 is 10 and 10. Do I hear you saying the answers out there? I hope so. Would be 20. And the double of 6, and we have it right here, you guys know, 6 and 6 is 12. So the double of 16 would be 20 plus, that's a 0. I really can't draw very well, plus 12. Okay, that's a 2. So 20 plus 12. So I could do it over here better, plus 12. That's a 0, not a 6. Don't get. Okay, 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So the answer is 32. Basically, we doubled both of the numbers and then added them together. We doubled the 10s. 10 and 10 is 20. 6 plus 6 is 12. So we added 20 and 12 to get 32. So doubling 16 makes 32. It's something you can learn to do in your head too when you're doing those times tables. Okay, let's just see here. So they're doing the same thing here. 23 is, this is like writing in an expanded form. 23 equals 20 plus 3. I'll use my mouse, I'm neater. And so 2 23s is what? So what's 2 20s? Well, I know that 2 2s is 4, so that's got to be 4, and then I just put the 0, 40. And 2 3s, 2 times 3 is 6. And then I get 46. Okay? All right. What about this one? 26. So first I write it out in expanded form. 20 plus 6. Okay? So now I'm going to do 2 26s. So 2 26s. So first I can do 2 times 2, or 2 times 20. So that's going to be 40. Because 2 2s is 4, and then I have to just put the 0 on. And then my 2 6s. What are doubles for 6s? Oh, I got my pencil pointing right at it right there, is a 12. Okay, then I add the numbers together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. I'm going to get better at writing these numbers for you guys. And then this is the same. It's another practice one. Maybe in your head you can think 35 is equal. If I write it and expand it, this 3 means 30. And the 5 means 5 ones. So if I double it, what's 2 3s? I hope you all said 6. And then I put the 0 because I'm talking about 60, not just 6, 60. So 2 30s is 60. 2 5s is 10. So when I do 2 times 35, in my head I can think, oh, 2 30s would be 60, 2 5s would be 10. And in my head I can add these together, 60 and 10. 6 and 1 is 7. And then the 0's 70. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else here. There's more questions. What number is this? We know this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How would I show this number doubled? Well, I could draw 6 more dots. Double it. 1. This is supposed to be a dot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can write it as 6 plus 6. Or I can write it as 2 groups of, 6. And we know 2 6s, because we're looking right at it. I keep having this pencil pointed right in the right spot, is 12. Okay. I think you guys get that. Okay, so I don't want to, I know kids, you might not have a long attention span. So let's go back to this sheet. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. So when you're working on this, the first thing they want you to do here is write an addition sentence and a multiplication sentence to double the number. So doubling is the double. 7 plus 7. The number was 7 equals 14. And this is also the same as 2 groups of 7, which is 14. So you're going to do the same thing here, except for it's going to be 5s. 5 plus 5. And what does that equal? You should know 2 groups of 5. Okay, so you're going to be writing just like this, but in these spaces. I'm not going to show you that. I think you should know that by now. Okay, if not, that's okay. You can ask me later. Now, what does it say? Double the 10s and the 1s. Add the answers to double the number. This is what I was just showing you in this PowerPoint thing I was showing you. Let me just go back there. There. Right here, I'll go back one. Here we doubled the 10s. So we had, first we wrote an expanded form. 23 is 20 plus 3. Then we doubled the 10s doubled the ones and added them together. So that's what they're asking in the questions now that you're looking at. Okay, so let me just go here. Here. Oh, okay. Sorry. I gotta stop sharing my screen. There we go. All right, I'll figure it all out. Okay, so here you're double. So for this one, they're not giving you all the space like they did in the other. So 2 4s is 8, 2 2s is 4. So when I double 42, I get 84. Okay, let's see. Do this one with me. 2 3s is, yes, 6. 2 1s is 2. So I get 62. So I'm doubling 2 1s, which is like 2 10s, is going to be 2 or 20. 2 4s is, okay, I'll let you do the rest. I don't want to do it all for you. And then we're doing some other ones here. These ones, the number's going to be a little bit, it's going to be trickier because these are bigger numbers. So you're going to end up with 2 digits. Okay, these ones work out okay. So 2 5s is 10 and 2 3s is 6. So doubling 53, you get 106. 2 9s is 18 and 2 4s is 8. So 188. Okay. The problem is when we get to these ones, because when I double 6, I get I get 12, which is the same as 120. And when I because it's actually in the tens column, so I got to stick that 0 on. When I double the 5, I get 10. So this number has 2 digits. And how do I can't just stick a 1 on the end. I have to now add these together. So this time you have to do it like an addition sentence. Okay. So 120 plus 10, 130. Okay. Do you see how that's different? When I did it here, I did 5 times 2 and I get 10, or it's actually 100 because it's 50 times 2. And then I had the 6, but this, because this was only 1 digit, I could just stick it on the end and make this like a 10 and then put that there. Because this one is going to be, these numbers are bigger, it's going to be a 2-digit number plus the 3-digit number. So 9 times 2, is 18, but it's actually, I've got to add a 0 because it's in the tens column, 180. Plus 9 times 2 again, 18. I have to add, this one's trickier. I have to add these together. You might need scrap paper. I'll just do it on this scrap of paper. 180 plus 18. I got to write them in the right columns. This is the ones, the tens, and the 100s. If I don't do that, I'm going to get the wrong answer. Okay, so 0 and 8 is 8. 8 and 1 is 9. 198. Okay. All right. So that's how you do that. I don't want to do them all for you. I'm going to let you work on them on your own. Okay. So now what we're doing is we're going to double 2 times. So if I double once, I'm doing the 2 times tables. If I double twice, I'm doing the 4 times tables. Okay. So 2 times 4, we know the doubles, 2 4s is 8. So 4, if I double the 8 again, now I'm doubling the 2. So 2 doubled is 4. Okay, so 2 times 4 is 8. Now 4 times 4, I just double this and I get 4 times 4. So 2 8s is 16. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10. And then I double that again. So 20 would be 4 times 5. I don't want to show you all the answers, so I'm going to just do another one for example. I'll just make one up. I don't think it's one of the ones. Oh, I got most of them on there. So let's see. I'll do this one. So 2 times 3, and then 4 times 3. So if I know my 2s, then I'll know my 4 times tables in no time because I can just double the 2s. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then if I double the 6, 6 times 6, or it's not 6 times 6, 6 plus 6, or 6 times 2, double the 6. What's 6 plus 6, or 2 6s out there? Do you know? 12. So 4 times 3 is 12. And remember, that's the one I say you'll never forget. The one you never forget, 4 times 3. Okay? So that's just doubling this. And then double 2 3s is 3 plus 3, 6. And then if I could double this again, now I'm doing 4. Because I've doubled. I'm doubling my double. So I'm doing the 2s and then the 4s. Okay, so I'm doubling my double. So that's what they're doing here. I'll do one for you. 2 times 5, 2 groups of 5, it's 10. If I double this, double the 1, 2, put a 0. Now I know what 4 times 5 is. I've just doubled it. If I double 2, I get 4. So if I double this, I'm getting my 4 times. Okay. And you can do that with the 3s as well. So 3 times 2 we know is 6. But I want to double the 6 is 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. You're just doubling because I'm doubling the 3, doubling the 6. Okay, so doubling 3 makes 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. I know it sounds a little complicated, but it's not too bad. 3 times 4, oh, the one you never forget. 12. Now to find out what 6 times 4 is, I just double this because 3 times 2 is 6, so I'm doubling. So I get 24. I doubled. 2 1s is 2, 2 2s is 4. Okay. Now here they're doing the same thing. 2 groups of 6 is 14. So 4 groups is, or that's a 7, sorry. 2 groups of 7 is 14. So 4 groups of 7 is, if this is 2, now we're doubling because 4 is twice as big as 2. So we're doubling. So just double this number. Double the 1. 2 1s is 2. Double the 4. 8. So you get 28. Okay. So that's what you do here. All of these are doubling. So double 3 is 6, double 4 is 8, double 2 is 4. So you just double this answer. Same thing here. And same thing here. Oh, but this time they're filling in different blanks. So for instance, for this one, if 3 times 9 is 27, then what's the double of 3? 6. Then 6 times 9 is going to be 2 of 27. How do you do that? 2 times 20, or 2 times 2 is 4, or 4D. And 2 7s is 14. So I have to add 40 and 14 together. Well, 4 and 0 is 4, and 40, or 4 and 1 is 5. So that's 54. Okay. And now here they're giving you, going one more step. 2, they've doubled. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So you just do that to your answers. 2 times 7 is 14. Double that to get 4 times 7, which is 28. And double that again to get 8 times 7. So what's double of 20? 40. And double of 8, you know your doubles? 16. I'm going to add those numbers together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 4 is 5. So the answer is 56. So it's like doubling, doubling, doubling. And this is actually a really good trick when you're doing your times tables later on. If you know the 2 times tables, then you just have to double them to know the 4s. And then you just double them again to know the 8s. So when you're first learning and trying to memorize them, that's a really good trick to remember. there's these questions here. Remember, if it has a little picture of a notebook, you have to kind of get some lined paper to do these questions on the lined paper. So I'd really like you to maybe get a little notebook where you do these questions and just keep them in your notebook for each section, because it's important to learn the word problems. I'm going to show you a different word problem that is over here. Let's see if I can find where they are. Is this the word problem? Nope. There's a lot of slides. I didn't want to show them all to you. Okay, here we go. Here's a first word problem. Actually, I'll do this one. So this is saying a store sells shrimp for 77 cents each. How much will 2 shrimp cost? Okay, so a store sells shrimp for 77 cents each. How much will 2 shrimp cost? So that's like 2 times 77. And I'm just going to write it with my mouse. 2 times 77. So I can do, which is equal to, well, 2 times 7 is 14, or 100. And since this is in the tens, it's actually 140. I got to stick that 0 on, plus 2 times 7, again, 14. Then I add them together. Now this is talking about cents, and we haven't talked about cents yet, but 140. So if I'm adding 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. And 1. And that would be 154 cents, which we haven't really talked about, but that would equal $1.54. Because we don't say 154 cents, we would say it's $1.54. That wasn't the best example because they threw in the math they threw in dollars. I didn't want to have to get you confused. They all do that. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that helps you guys with your questions on the sheet homework. I hope it wasn't too long. I will be making another video next time for the next topic, and then you can watch them whenever you have the time to do that. All right. Nice talking to you guys. Just trying to go back. All right. Anyway, good job. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.